Hello and welcome to Dreamscape, my YouTube channel about dream analyzing and sleeping and a few other things, but mainly about dreaming and dream analyzing. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the naked dream. It can be quite uncomfortable having this dream because obviously when you're dreaming it, most of the time, most of you will be feeling this insecurity, this like, oh, where are all my clothes? You could be walking around anywhere, at being at a friend's house, being in the middle of like a city or on the streets or whatever, and all of a sudden you don't have any clothes and you're like, you can't cover yourself up. You can't find anything to cover yourself up with, and everything is just very uncomfortable. So it can reflect in that manner, but you can also feel really good. If you feel really good in the naked dream about being naked, then that's like a positive omen. So diving deeper a little bit into that, when you're having the insecurity feeling, or when you are finding yourself naked in the dream and feeling insecure about it, it could be that you have insecurities in your life, and also that you could be feeling shame. You could also be feeling very vulnerable about something. So dreams are always reflecting what you're feeling inside yourself. So they're a really good tool, if you can remember them, for shadow work and to get to know you and understanding psychologically what's happening inside your brain. And I always say this, but like in dreams, I mean, it is the feeling of the dream that really matters. So when you get whatever you feel in the dream, like your emotions around a certain subject, that will reflect how you feel about it. So let's say you walk around in the dream naked and you feel pretty good about it. You're like, hey, this is me and I'm feeling good. So that's really reflecting that you're feeling very confident about who you are. You've shed your true colors because you have nothing to hide, hence being naked. Completely eye-opening, completely to the world. Here I am, and I'm not afraid or ashamed of me, being my true, genuine self. Now, let's say you've had a situation in your life where you haven't really been true to yourself. You haven't been your true essence. You didn't do what you really felt was right. You did maybe what you thought other people thought was right. Then that's a typical time when you could be having a naked dream and not feeling particularly good in the dream about having the naked dream. I had a naked dream once where I sat in a meeting naked and I felt really good. And I've had both, I felt really awful about being naked in a dream, but this time I felt really good. And I remember so well that I was really stuck up, like I have real problems, or have had real problems setting boundaries. That's one of my life lessons. So when I really set this boundary and stood up for myself, I had that dream and I felt really good about being naked. So that was me stepping into being me and setting my boundaries, and it felt really good. So that's like an example of a naked dream that reflected something that felt good in me, and that where I was growing in my being, because you set boundaries. When you set boundaries in a loving, good way, it's not only good for you, it's good for everyone around you too. Right. So when you are having this naked dream, I would like you to ask yourself a few questions. First of all, how did you feel? Were you feeling vulnerable in the dream? Were you feeling insecure in the dream? Did you feel happy about it? Did you feel confident? Did you feel like you were rocking your bod? Like, how are you feeling? That is probably the most important part. And if you were feeling good, then yay! I applaud you. Then you feel good about something that's very you. Like you feel confident in that. So, well done. And if you're feeling insecure, well, I want to applaud that too, because obviously that's you growing and learning and really diving into your healing work and your shadow work. So when you have those two aspects. So really try and feel into if you were feeling the positive or the negative of that dream. That's the first thing. Second thing is ask yourself, or if you can remember, where were you in the dream? Because that will also signify what it is that you're feeling insecure about or happy about. So were you with friends? Were you with family? Were you in a house, in the streets, city, childhood home? Where were you? If say that you dreamt that you were insecure and you were in your childhood house, that's your inner being, that you were brought up in that place. And if you're feeling very vulnerable there, then your inner child is probably calling out to you that it's not feeling heard, it's not feeling seen. So really try and take a look at that and maybe talk to a therapist about that. I'm not one for totally really talking about the past all the time, because I want to always get people in the here and now, in the present moment, because this is where our power is. So to not live in the past. But sometimes we need to do shadow work. Sometimes that comes up so that we can tidy it up. It's like a mess, and we just need to tidy it up, and then it's we've tidied it up, and you just feel lighter. So people, I think, misjudge what they should do with the shadow work. Some are like, oh, I should forget about my past. It means I need to push down all my emotions and just pretend like they didn't happen. But all that does is you carry way more burden on you, and you'll eventually, go into depression or something. So you should absolutely look at those past aspects of yourself, but in a loving way, as if the child is your child, not try and see it in a loving way and accept that whatever happened, and then move on from there. But you can talk about all that stuff with your therapist. Also, I'm a life coach as well, so if you want to contact me, and we can dive deeper into different aspects, and also how to understand what the ego is, and so on, and your higher self. So asking yourself those questions are good. And really, who, as I said before, who are you there with? Because if you're with a loved one or a friend or a colleague, obviously that will reflect where the insecurities are coming from. If it's a colleague, obviously there's something in work that you're feeling insecure about. It could also mean, when you're having a naked dream, that you're not being your true self. Obviously, that's what's causing the insecurity. Really work on getting to know you, to be comfortable in your own skin. That's basically what the dream is saying, become comfortable in your own skin. And when you get comfortable in your own skin, you can live life in such a better way, because this is the skin you were born with. This is your birth suit. This is what you learn to love your body and learn to love you as a person. So the nakedness in the dream is more, not so much about your body and what you feel about your body appearance, can be, but it's mostly almost about psychologically a feeling of insecurity within yourself. So working with just completely loving yourself, because you can't change what you were born into, but you can make the absolute best of it. And you were born exactly the way you were meant to be, exactly the way you were meant to be. And the way you are now is also exactly the way you are meant to be. And if you hear this and you feel like, oh, I really want to make the best of it, then that's what's meant to be as well. So just be cool about not getting, because sometimes when people start doing their shadow work and they maybe start looking after their bodies, for instance, maybe eating better, they can get pissed off at their older self for not getting there quicker. You need to drop that. You need to just be in the present moment here and now. Understand that that happened for a reason. You didn't maybe look after your body for a reason, and then move on from that. So yeah, naked dreams are so common, and I thought I just wanted to touch on it quickly a little bit for you, so hopefully you have a little bit more of an understanding why you get them. And that's all from me. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.